This week on C Plus News Time, I'm bucking traditional episode formats for a little something special. It's the Simpsons 30th anniversary, so I take a look at my favorite show and its legacy as the longest tenured sitcom, animated or otherwise. Join me as I talk about Homer's second wife, Marge's gambling habit, Bart's pranks, Lisa's know-it-all attitude, Maggie shooting a guy, the pets, background characters, jokes, writers, voice actors. Phew, that is a lot. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do this. It really seems like a lot of work. Okay, alright. Let's try and get through this. C Plus News Time. This is a song that sounds vaguely like the Simpsons theme song, but it's not, so you can't sue me, Fox. Suckers.
It's C Plus News Time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Once I woke up with yellow skin. I thought I was finally turning into a Simpsons character, but it turned out I just had jaundice. Welcome back to C Plus News Time. I'm your host, Chad White. This is the comedy news you didn't know about for the week of April 17th, 2017. Today's episode is dedicated to the great show that is The Simpsons. The funny yellow family that lives at 42 Evergreen Terrace has been around for 30 years as of this past Thursday, April 19th. Though the times have changed, the general crux of the show hasn't. Homer is still a dumb but lovable jerk, Lisa is still smart and vulnerable to childish nature, and Maggie is still a silent baby. Yes, quality tends to dip here and there, but real fans of anything should be able to take whatever they love as a whole, accepting faults too. If this were about a Star War, then you'd all be wet with happiness. Before reaching their 600th plus milestone, The Simpsons began as shorts on Tracy Ullman's show. They're not the best, but humble beginnings, and that would soon lead to a half-hour series. The first season is the shortest in the show's history with only 13 episodes. Fox would bring the show back year after year. Then in the show's fourth season, The Simpsons hit its stride. Classic episodes like Camp Krusty and Homer the Heretic premiered, starting a renaissance for the series. Season 4 is my favorite bundle of episodes for any series due to a sheer amount of memorable episodes. Also because it was the first season I bought on DVD when I was like 13, and I watched those episodes more times than I can count. The show would continue its golden era until maybe season 11 or so. Then episodes would tend to dip in quality, but there have been a fair share of great adventures for the family after that point. The Dad Who Knew Too Little, Homer Simpson, This Is Your Wife, and this season's There Will Be Buds are just a few of the many good episodes you missed because the quote-unquote golden age is over. So what's so great about this show? It's accessible, heartwarming, funny, and easily one of the better things on Fox. A network with a show dedicated to contestants guessing a song faster than the Shazam app. I've never missed an episode, and at this point I probably won't stop watching the show. I'm too invested. For season 20, a movie was released that featured the family going on the run after Homer dumps his pig poop silo in the town's lake. The Simpsons movie took a lot of manpower from the staff of the show. The script went through several revisions and dozens of hands so that everything could come out neatly. This on top of making the show's landmark 20th season. I saw that movie so many times on opening weekend. It's the only movie that I've ever gone to see twice in less than one day. I even owned a bootleg of the movie until the DVD actually came out. I'm a huge Simpsons fan. What can I say? Another great aspect about The Simpsons is that the family is universal. Just look at their race. In terms of the show, they're white, but to us, they're yellow. It's not off-putting, simply strange. The writing, often coming from a Harvard grad, appeals to everyone. I also like the fact that they don't stoop to lowbrow jokes. Producers coming in and out of the show have managed to keep the same sensibilities for 3 decades. Pop culture references are almost always topical, save for one episode that was dedicated to Drake's phrase YOLO that aired a year after the craze. But they have an entire Lego episode, live cartoon improv, 138 episode celebrations. Then there's the memorable opening things that have guest artists or directors coming in to riff off on their own versions of the theme song, like the Kesha one. What I'm getting at here is The Simpsons is one of the more approachable shows on television, even with all the quotes. And there are tons of great quotes. I won't do them justice of just repeating them out of context here. If you're not a big fan of the main five, there's a plethora of characters for you to enjoy. The characters outside of the family are equally, if not more, loved than the stars. Ornery and horny bartender Mo Sizlak has been getting most of the attention lately. His angry quips about how worthless life is never seem to get old. What about the way Waylon Smithers lusts after Mr. Burns, which was addressed this season? And Patty and Selma always manage to make themselves the center of attention. Then there's the guest stars like Danny DeVito, George Takei, Winona Ryder, Emily Blunt, Rashida Jones, and probably 1,000 others. This year, the show has even expanded their extended cast to include sterling voice actor Kevin Michael Richardson, who is basically one of the crew. For all of the praise and criticism of The Simpsons, it still manages to surprise me at every viewing. When FX created the Simpsons World section of their streaming app, I didn't watch anything else except for The Simpsons for almost 2 weeks straight. I watched pretty much all of the episodes, even the ones I owned on DVD. Seasons 1 through 20 have been played on my television at least a dozen times each, and I'm still working on watching seasons 24 through 28 more than 3 times. But all good things must come to an end someday. Al Jean once said in an interview that the show would probably end if the ratings dipped tremendously, or Fox could say season 30 is enough, or the crew just want to stop. Regardless, I'll be watching until the very end and beyond. Here's to The Simpsons, my Star Wars. And that's all the news I have for you for this week on C Plus News Time. Why don't you subscribe and check out one of our other videos? Of course, you can always head to the website, cpluscomedy.com. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. You can follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Tumble with us on Tumblr. And be sure to go check out at least one episode of The Simpsons. Don't be a Jimmy Pardo and not watch it. Okay. Bye.